in ways big and small. There when we most and least expect it. We may not see it, but we feel it. It lets us know we're not in this alone. Everyone deserves a healthcare partner who never quits. One who's there for what matters. United Healthcare. There for what matters.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Yvette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These JET Setting Divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hey, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Yvette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the JET Setting Divas. Hey, ladies, what's going on in the world of travel, girls?
Girl, I think not only people are traveling, dogs are traveling.
Okay, ladies, have the flights went to the dogs? Has the airlines?
The flights have gone to the dogs. The planes have gone to the dogs. The grocery store have gone to the dogs. When
So,
did
Tina,
we
you sent us a picture last week. You were at the airport, and a dog was there with this backpack on, like he was a little girl dog.
and sitting in the seats that the people sit in while we're waiting for the plane? I'm like, what's up with that? I have to honestly say, I was disturbed. Now, I didn't see big dogs on planes, and they they're in their owner space. So when you're a big dog, all your extra is in everybody else's space.
Yeah, and just like you said,
I can't take it anymore. I know people love their dogs. Girl, I'm at the casino right now. Dogs walking around here like we outside.
But hey, you know what? The dogs act better than the people, though. The dogs act better than the people.
They didn't give you any trouble on the flight, did they, Tina?
I mean, the dog, and the crazy part about it is the dog, they got priority didn't go on boarding. No, boarding before me.
Well, did you all see this new airline? It's called Bark Air.
I did. It's for dogs.
It's all about dogs. Bark Air. Check it out. Bark
I wonder, Jeanette, did you go to their website or anything to see how much it costs?
No, I didn't check out the cost, but they cater to the dogs. They got pillows for the dogs, beds for the dogs.
Out everywhere. I'm like over this because let me tell you, I went to Bar Louie, and when I didn't seen the lady have her little dog on the table, I was done. You know what? It makes me not want to go out to eat anymore because I don't know what dog then licked what tables, chair, spoon, fork, whatever is there. When I get to the grocery store, I don't even want to get in the baskets because I didn't see dogs in baskets.
They're everywhere.
They're definitely in baskets. But what I would say, because you all are more dog people than I am, and I'm just becoming accustomed to it. I looked at that. In fact, I know that we need to invest, if we can, in Bark Air. We need to invest in it because it's gonna blow up. It's Bark Air.
I mean, but people,
you need to get some stock.
We need to start a concierge travel service.
You think it's because of COVID? Do you think COVID is kind of like the culprit of people have, been in the homes with their dogs and just been so.
They are therapy. Dogs are therapy.
They are. Yeah.
They are therapy. Yeah.
But all those dogs are not emotional support dogs. All those dogs. I mean, my son, his dog is emotional support. He filled out a form and paid the money, and his dog is emotional support.
But your son's dog is wild. He or she is wild.
And I love the dogs. I love the dogs, but I'm domesticated. They might as well just walk around with coyotes and foxes and everything else. They could just be, I wouldn't be surprised. I heard it was a pig on the plane. they've had, people bring their cats. I saw a person with a cat in a baby back, like a baby Bichon thing. That cat looked like it was miserable.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're support animals for people now. I think they're, and I'm not the biggest animal person, but I think that they're okay if they stay in their own space. I'm more of a dog person than a cat, so I can deal with dogs better. But do we?
But on the plane
now,
they got to bring their pets with them. They're like children.
Fruit. Can you actually bring dogs out of the country with you? Because they're considered, they can carry disease. That's the reason why, like, fruits and all of plants and flowers can't come back and forth. But I'm like,
what do you think about that again? I think you can. I think you can.
I don't. You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. You should be able. You may have to do something special. They may need some reports that the dog went to the vet. You never know. They may it may be a little different when you're going overseas or flying international.
I'm telling you, I can't take it because I feel like I want to travel in peace. Now, I've traveled with noisy kids with all type of things, ages, and you know what? I as a parent, I understand. As a dog owner, I understand, but I don't feel like my dog needs to come to the concert with me. I saw a lady with her dog at the gym. I don't know why. The dog was so little. That dog could have stayed in a car. But
you can't do that. Jim. You can't leave a dog in a car.
No, you can't.
You can leave it at home.
You leave them at home. But people want their dog. They want them with them. Like they want their wood.
Because people think the dogs are their kids. It's like their children. And they treat them like children. I remember working with someone, and she would leave every day and go home to walk and feed her dog. Like the dog can't stay at home by itself. She did get fired.
But I worked for a small startup, and we had bring your dog to work day. Now it was 22.
I brought my dog. I remember they was coming in my house to do something, to fix something, or what have you. And I say, well, I'm just gonna bring the dog with me, and I just put my dog in this little case there at my desk.
And put the dog up under. And she probably put the dog under the desk.
Yeah, and they didn't even never know the dog was there.
I'm gonna tell you, I think that our next business adventure needs to be a dog travel concierge service. I'm telling you, we could.
Didn't I just tell you I do not want to be bothered with dogs?
You all are dogs.
I love dogs.
You all you're leading this effort. The dog.
Okay,
my dog.
So I love small dogs.
I love my dog.
I don't really like big old dogs. I do not like big old dogs, but I do love small dogs. I like dogs that are calm. That they don't do a lot of barking.
I like old dogs.
Well, the thing is that there's a market for it because we see.
Jeanette, you don't even have a dog. Have you even had a dog in your home? You're saying this, but I'm honest. You know what? When you take on the responsibility of a dog, like you said, it's a child, and it's easy to say we can do a concierge service with dog, but if you don't have a dog of your own, you will see. You do not want to be bothered with anybody's dog. I don't want to walk nobody's dog. You got to pick up dog poop. You gotta find refuge areas for dogs. Really?
You have 2 grand dogs, so I was going to let you lead this effort.
I love my grand dogs, and my grand dogs, they go home just like people send their grandkids home. They go home. I go and pet them and let them run. I even give them a table food if I feel the need. I'm done. I go home or they go home. They don't stay at my house. They don't sleep in my bed. Mm-mm.
Well, everything is kind of going to the dogs. The show.
Yeah.
And everything.
But I'm telling you, we got to put that picture of the dog with the backpack.
Do. It was a cute dog with a cute backpack.
No, that dog wasn't cute.
It was cute.
That was a big old dog.
It was a big dog.
That was a big. See, cute dogs to me are little dogs.
Okay.
That was a big old dog.
$160
That was
dog.
a big dog. And to me,
I don't like those dogs.
They would need their own seat and own space and everything.
Yeah.
So how do you travel with a big dog like
letting the dog lick?
Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I don't understand this. What do they do with those big old dogs? How do they get their own seat or something?
They have options.
I don't know. That was
people
one
so
time
they
when I
could
sat in
sit
the
in front
back
of
of the
you.
plane, so they got priority. So they was sitting in the front. So I don't even know where they was sitting. They boarded from the back. So when I got off, when I got on, they wasn't on. But when I got off,
Well,
they was gone.
You wanted that dog was in first class, and you weren't.
Because that dog, that was a big dog. So I want to know, like, if you bring in your dog, where do you put that dog? Do they put it underneath?
No,
you know, the belly of the plane.
No, it sits in the seat. It sits in the seat or in front of the. They probably had like an exit row, or a front row. I think.
So do they have to buy the seat? So if you bring your dog, and if it can't go down on the floor, you have to buy them a seat.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this family, the way they was kissing and loving and hugging on that dog, I think that dog. I'm pretty
that
sure
was their child.
That was their child. They had a nice backpack for that dog. That was.
But I'm gonna tell you,
I'm talking about this backpack. I think you like the backpack, Jeanette.
I'm telling you, I was flying to Denver, so living in Denver, that is dog world. I mean, they have dog court. You can't just let your dog. They got it's a whole nation for the dogs in Denver. And I was flying to Denver, and these people were also flying with their dog to Denver. But I got to tell you, and we were on a Denver-based airline, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure they already had all the accommodations. And you know what? I say this, but when I traveled with my dog, and I did quite often, I didn't pay. My dog was so good. My dog would just jump in my purse, let me zip the dog up in the purse, and then I just get on the plane. That's before they started bugging you about you could only have one personal items. I'd have right in my purse, carry the dog on the plane, and when we got on the plane,
you had a whole dog.
We took the dog out the purse.
But now you got to pay a fee for your dog. You do have to pay a fee.
You do have to pay a fee for your dog.
Those were the days.
Those are the little dogs. Those are the dogs that you put on the floor, at your feet. Now, I guess the big dogs, I don't know how much you got to pay for them to have their own seat.
Now, I have a question for you all. Since you all are dog people, what do you do if your dog needs to go to the bathroom while you're on the flight?
Oh, they got areas for it. They got a whole area. They have a dog refuge area in the airport, so they're literally going out.
While you're flying, they put a pamper on them.
That dog can't hold their bladder for 2 hours. They was talking about them people pooping up and down the aisle. They better not be. You know what? They better turn that plane around.
I guess they put a pamper on them.
Maybe they do. Did that dog have a pamper?
Most dogs are.
That dog didn't have a pamper. That dog was too cool for a pamper.
They can hold it at least until they get to the airport grounds, and they probably pooping and peeing all on the floor at the airport. But they'll hold it in a plane.
At worst, if they have a problem and then maybe their stomach gets upset, it might just you got to do.
People know they dog. If they dog's sick, they probably wouldn't have brought the dog. The dog would have been at the ER paying thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm. Or they'll be on Bark Air. They'll be on Bark Air because Bark Air gonna take care.
Take care. They even have like a little play gym area that's starting for the dogs where they can play and jump and just.
So do they have people on this plane, or do the dogs just fly?
I think it's. I mean, it's specialty for dogs, but and I'm thinking maybe you could even fly. Like if you want to fly, if your grand dog wanted to fly out here to see you. That your dog can put the grand dog on.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because my friend breeds dogs. Julie, she breeds dogs, and she has a whole litter, beautiful little teacup poodles. And when she gets ready to, what she used to do is when someone wanted the dog, she would find someone going into that location, ask them, they would take that dog as a carry-on and deliver the dog to whoever. So I've done it a couple of times where she was like, Tina, are you going to blah, blah? And I would say, yes. And she'd be like, can you carry my dog?
Tina, you already special. She didn't want us to know, but she's a specialist at this.
Yeah.
I know it. I know, but I don't want to be bothered. Not at this
She's been doing this for years. She
girl, bye.
She told us something we didn't even know.
See, I know more than y'all think. That's why I can't.
No, I know you know about the dog travel. Yes, absolutely.
Hey, maybe a market for
Well,
it.
this is for the dog.
Absolutely a market for it. Well, ladies, it seems like this show, just like the airlines, have went to the dogs.
Yes, it is.
It sure has.
Well, ladies, anything else to discuss on this topic?
I'm done.
I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Yvette.
And I'm Tina. And we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
People say we're made up. Tall tales. Myths. Think what you want about us, but we can all be certain of this. Recycling is real, and it works. But what happens to your recycling once it leaves your home? Recycled glass is sorted in St. Paul. Then the clear glass is made into bottles for drinks, pickles, salad dressing, and more in Shakopee. At other facilities, plastic bottles get made into new plastic bottles. Recycling exists. Learn the real story behind recycling.
It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Are you a woman known as a good listener? Do you have skills in de-escalating situations? Are you what they call a people person? Then the Minneapolis Police Department would like to meet you. Now in a rebuilding phase, the Minneapolis Police Department is recruiting more women to wear the badge. The department offers career options for women with a high school diploma or GED. There are also opportunities for women with 2- and 4-year degrees who are ready to apply their skills in new ways. Police work makes a great second career for social workers, teachers, nurses. Women in their 30s and 40s are welcome to apply. There's no age cap. You'll be paid while you train and mentored by veteran women officers invested in your success. Minneapolis also welcomes current police officers to join the state's largest department. Make a difference on the streets, working in your community, in a career with competitive salaries and generous benefits. Go to minneapolismn.gov and search police jobs to find out more.
Are you planning a trip during spring break? Traveling can bring you in contact with people from many different places where viruses like COVID-19 are spreading. When you're traveling, it's often impossible to avoid crowded spaces. So protect yourself and take precautions. Make sure you're up to date with COVID-19 vaccines before you leave home, and don't travel if you're sick. Wearing a well-fitting, High-quality mask is an additional prevention strategy that you can choose to further protect yourself and others from respiratory viruses in busy places with poor ventilation, like airport jetways, airplanes when the ventilation system is off, or when using public transportation. Respiratory infections are a leading reason why travelers seek medical care. People 65 and older and those with a weakened immune system are at highest risk for COVID-19, whether at home or away. If that describes you, talk to your health care professional for specific recommendations before deciding to travel. Take precautions so viral infections won't get in the way of your vacation fun.
If you live in an older home, it may contain lead-based paint on walls, woodwork, and windows. Even more bad news, lead exposure can be dangerous to young children and impact their brain development. And now, the good news. Hennepin County will fix lead hazards in your home at no cost to you.
We were worried because of the paint in the windows in the bedroom. They were peeling and chipping, and we know that when paint peels and chips and it looks a certain way, that's possibly lead. We were worried for our children more so than anything.
Eligible homes can qualify for up to $15,000 in upgrades. You may even qualify for new energy-efficient windows. Don't worry, Hennepin County has a trusted list of pre-approved contractors. You won't even have to find companies with correct licenses or certifications.
I've just done a test and it's positive. So we know that this is lead-based paint, and then we know it's a hazard because it's creating dust every time this window moves and opens. And if you look in here, that's just full of lead paint chips.
You won't have to stay with your cousin while you're getting the lead out. Hennepin County even pays for you and your family to stay in a hotel while the work is underway. The last good news is how easy it is to apply. Just go to hennepin.us/lead control to get started.
I'm really happy with the program. We can go to bed knowing that our children are safe.
That's hennepin.us/lead control. Tell your friends about it.
Are you getting older and feeling concerned about staying safely in your own home? Or maybe it's your folks you're worried about. I get it. It's not easy getting older, especially when the house is starting to show its age too. There is help available.
Individuals want to maintain and stay in their own homes for as long as they can. In Rebuilding Together Minnesota, we provide the opportunity, we provide the programs for them to do that.
Rebuilding Together Minnesota has been helping eligible older Minnesotans and those with disabilities stay safe and healthy for more than 20 years.
Our central AC unit was non-functional. We had plugged a portable unit in to the living room. What ended up happening was our electrical outlet melted, and it was getting to be 90 degrees in here. Meyer was told about Rebuilding Together Minnesota by his daughter.
She said, well, Daddy, you need to sign up. I said, do I qualify? She said, well, you're a disabled veteran. You qualify.
So we provided a new air conditioning unit for the homeowner and also new electrical service, all through this veterans program that we have.
Thanks to Tom and Rebuilding Together Minnesota, we're able to maybe go out and get a hamburger every now and then.
To find out if you qualify, go to rtmn.org. That's RTMN for Rebuilding Together Minnesota. Or if it's easier, call 651-776-4273 and tell your friends. Trust me, this is news they can use.